Hello everyone, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. I'm here with another Build-A-Page. We are in the month of July, and so we're combining Build-A-Page with Off the Board this month. I know these are a little sporadic and they're not all lined up like they normally are, but today I'm going to be working with the pin that Kristen from Kristen's Craft shared with us, which is that beautiful peacock. I loved it. I pulled in all these different shades of blue for this one. And my plan is to go ahead and use these with a cut file. And then I'm going to also make a couple little shakers as well. So I have Winter Kisses and In Depth. If they're available, I will leave a link for them from Sweet Mom Scraps. And I've got this cut file that's just from my stash, and I'm going to use this, I think, to back with the pattern papers and make a couple shakers, and we'll go from there. I had a photo to go with it that I'm not actually going to use. I just was trying to remind myself that it'll probably be water themed. I do hope to have 2 photos of my kids. It might be Barrett. Hopefully they're popping up so you can see them. That will be on here somewhere. We'll see how it goes, but that is my plan, and I'm going to get this all backed and then we'll create the layout. I do hope to use as much of this pattern paper as possible. If you remember, these are all scraps from my little scrap bag that I pulled, so there's no need to hoard them. As much as I can use, I am going to try and do that. So let's get going. All right, we're going to start out by backing my cut file that I had picked out. This was from my stash of cut files that I have in my collection, and I loved this. It's just different kind of hexagons. Some of them are broken up a bit, but I'm going to fill each kind of larger spot with pattern paper, with the exception of 3 areas. You're going to see me trace that out with a pencil, and those are going to be the 3 spots that I will add in sequins at the end, so that I've got a pop of sparkle in here. At the moment, I'm still planning on using a pool themed photo, so like trying to get water colors going on here, and that's just how I'm gonna go with it. Backing cut files, I'm sure you have now seen, because lots and lots of us use cut files, but there's multiple ways to use them. I'm simply going to do the technique where I find whatever part of the cut file I'm going to use, I'm going to trace that part, fussy cut it out, and then glue it on the back and go from there. I will mention that I had plans to stitch on this. However, once it was all done and I looked at it and I added the sequins, which you are going to see me do, I thought stitching was going to be a little too much. Like, it just, I don't think it needed it, but it could have been done. And if something you're into, you definitely could add and enhance it with an extra layer, such as stitching. All right, so you can see I got this all done, and you're going to get a quick close-up of what it looks like. I did use some Big Mama foam tape. You can purchase this from Sweet Mom Scraps to back this. I would have normally used just like my Walmart Fun Foam. However, it did have kind of some intricate lines in there that I wanted to just make sure to get covered in the right areas. I then placed this down, and I did not line it up perfectly. I totally messed it up. I'm not gonna lie. I butchered what I was trying to do. Thankfully, it's not the end of the world. I'm going to do my favorite technique where I use my glue in the area that I want the sequins to be in. I then sprinkle the sequins in, and I make like a faux shaker is what I like to call that. Once I have all of that and it dries, I simply just took my scissors and trimmed where I completely messed up with lining it up. I'm not sure what I would have done had I had plans to actually do the right thing and like make it a white like border. I think you probably could have done again, like trimmed it and then placed it again on another one. It would be very sturdy, that's for sure, because you'd have multiple pattern papers on 2 sheets of cardstock. So it would be a very, very sturdy layout. There's always a fix. You just have to sometimes take a step back and figure it out. I love how this turned out, by the way, you guys. These sequins just added that lovely extra sparkle, which again would be perfect for pool photos, because you know you have like the glistening of the water. However, as you can see, I don't have a pool photo. I have a photo of Sean. This was from his birthday this year. He turned 39. I just felt like it worked. The colors kind of worked. It's blue, so you kind of have that monochromatic feel, which I feel is good for a man layout, right? And I'm just going to go with it. I pulled some bits and pieces from my stash. I'm super excited, and I'll talk about this when I do my like live finish up, but I used a wood veneer that I've had forever. I can't even explain to you how long I've had this wood veneer, and I finally got it used up. So that also made me extremely happy. And the last thing I decided to do is grab some Chadney wood veneer. These are fun little confetti bits, and I'm going to sprinkle them throughout the layout like you would do sequins or enamel dots. I just decided to do it with wood veneer because I had that one bit of wood veneer already there. I felt like it helped tie it all in. I also was finding that I was struggling with the fact that because I popped everything up with fun foam for the cut file, it was very flat on top and it was bugging me. And so the wood veneer added some dimension that I was searching for. And I really think it just helped wrap it up and put a nice finishing touch to my layout. So I hope you can see the peacock from the inspiration. I had a lot of fun with this one, and all in all, I'm very happy with how it turned out. So I'm going to come back live to wrap it up, and thanks. Layout is all done. I'm very, very happy with how it turned out. I was able to get all of the in-depth sequins used up, so that's awesome. And I did use a little bit to finish off from the Winter Kisses in this one. So that was awesome. I got sequins used up. Paper-wise, I did okay. Let's talk about that. We had all these scraps, so this one's still, I think, usable. This one's definitely still usable. I get that with that one. I think we need to just let this one go. I think that one's okay to let go. I think we need to just let those go. I think that this piece works and we can keep that one. So I will put these back in my scraps, let the rest of them go. I know that seems like that those are some larger scraps to throw away, but remember, this is already in my scrap bag, so we gotta try and let things go. I was able to use some Chadney Etsy goodies. These are the fun little confetti bits. And then I did have to go into the And Many More collection to go ahead and grab just this sticker and the Celebrate, and I think this both those Celebrates went in there. Everything else is from my stash. All right, oh, and I finally got this wood veneer used up. This is not from Chadney, but I've had this in my stash for so long. So really excited about that. And I think you can see the inspiration from the peacock. What do you think? Yeah, yay, nay? We'll see. Thanks for spending some time with me, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye, everyone.